Hey, Nancy, it's been way too long. There's something I want to talk to you about, so text me back when you have a minute. Hello there? I'm sorry, but I'm not quite sure who this is. Are you kidding me? You mean you forgot about me? I'm really sorry, but I don't recognize the name or the number. I'm Aiden's mom, Kendra. Aiden? Oh, I remember now. Aiden was my son's classmate back in daycare. They weren't just classmates, they were practically inseparable. I can't believe you forgot about both me and Aiden. I don't know what to say other than that I'm sorry. But I mean, they've been out of daycare for almost 3 years now, and they're both going to different elementary schools, so... Well, I'm just glad that you remembered it all. Anyway, I need to ask a favor of you. Okay, what can I help you with? I need you to watch Aiden for me. You want me to babysit Aiden? Like, at your place? No, at yours. Okay. So you're texting me for the first time in 3 years and asking me to have your son stay at my house? Oh, it's not just my son. I have a daughter, too. Her name is Allie, and you're gonna love her. You want me to take both of your kids? That's right. Wow. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I can't help you. We moved 3 years ago, right before my son started kindergarten. Yeah, I know. You know? You're living really close to Disneyland, aren't you? I am so jealous. Disneyland is one of the best theme parks in the country. And since you're living within driving distance, you can go whenever you want. Well, just because we live somewhat nearby doesn't mean we can go all the time. The tickets are pretty expensive and the lines are insane. But how did you know that we lived around here? I don't remember telling you where we were moving to. Oh, I have my ways. Long story short, I heard that you were moving into a house that was a few blocks away from the closest elementary school to Disneyland. So I did a little bit of digging and I managed to find you. Wait, find me? What do you mean? You're still driving the same car that you used to pick up your son from daycare in, huh? I thought you would have upgraded to a nicer car by now. What the? Kendra, are you out in front of my house right now? I sure am. I'm about to go to Disneyland for the day, so I need you to look after my kids for me while I'm there. Wait, okay, I'm confused about a lot of things, but let's just go one thing at a time. If you're going to Disneyland today, why don't you just, take your kids with you? The park is supposed to be for kids, after all. I think it would be a lot more fun to have your kids with you than just going by yourself. Oh, I'm not going by myself. That's why I want you to take my kids for me. I've got a date with my boyfriend. We'd like some private time away from the kids, if you know what I mean. It seems like every time I ask you a question, I only get more and more confused. Your boyfriend? Is that your pet name for your husband? A pet name for that guy? No, he doesn't deserve a pet name. I mean, my boyfriend. You know, the guy I'm cheating on my husband with. Wow, I don't know what to say to that. I know the answer is just going to make things even worse, but I have to ask. Why did you bring your kids along if you were planning on meeting up with your boyfriend? Oh, I kinda had no other option. The cover story I used with my husband was that I was taking the kids to visit my parents today. So I couldn't just leave them behind, could I? Okay, well, I think I've heard more than enough now. Kendra, I am absolutely not going to help you cover up your affair. Oh, don't be like that. We're friends, aren't we? I don't know. Are we? Like, putting aside whether or not we're friends now, were we ever really what you would call friends? Of course we were. That's why I knew that I could count on you to help me out. Even if we were best friends, I still wouldn't be willing to become an accomplice to your infidelity. I'm not taking your kids for you today, and that's final. Don't bother knocking on my door because I'm not opening it up for you. Would you open it up for my kids, though? What are you saying? Uh-oh, don't tell me you haven't noticed yet. Noticed what, Kendra? I already dropped them off. They're sitting on the bench on your front porch. And I'm already gone, so have fun with my kids today. I'll see you later. You what? No way, this is not happening. I don't care how far away you are, turn around right now and come get your kids. I mean it, Kendra, right this instant. Sorry, Nancy, no can do. I'm already in the park. They have a firm no readmissions policy, so if I left the park now, I'd have to pay full price again to get back in. Don't worry, I'll pick you up some souvenirs from the gift shop to say thanks. Okay, I just met up with my boyfriend and we are super excited for some adult time. Not having to worry about my kids for a whole day is gonna be great. Kendra, wait! What for? Kendra, your kids aren't here. What? I just looked on my front porch and they're not here, Kendra. I checked outside in my backyard and everything. They're nowhere around. Did you leave them at someone else's house? No, there's no way I got the wrong place. I remember the car you used to drive super clearly, and the car in front of that house was definitely yours. So stop lying, okay? It's not gonna get you out of looking after my kids today. Kendra, I'm telling you the truth, they're not here. Oh, Nancy, I didn't want to have to do this, but you leave me no choice. You have two choices. Either you shut up and watch my kids today, or I'll tell your husband about, well, you know. No, I actually don't know. What are you talking about? Play dumb all you like. You and I both know what I'm talking about. No, I don't. I genuinely don't. Okay, well, I'm done wasting one more second of my date with my boyfriend talking to you. I'm turning off my phone now. Don't you dare. Oh, and by the way, when I said today, I actually meant 2 days. So I'll see you the day after tomorrow, Nancy. Oh my God, Kendra, have you completely lost your mind? No, but you've lost yours if you think I'm gonna let you get between me and spending the next 2 days with my boyfriend. Kendra, for God's sake, I am serious. Your kids aren't here. Sure, they're not. Tell them Mommy said I love them. Nathan, are you done with work for today?
Yeah, I am. I just got settled down in my hotel room. What's up?
It's an emergency.
Uh-oh, what's wrong?
Okay, I don't have time to explain, so I'll give you the short version. The mother of one of our son's classmates from daycare just told me she's cheating on her husband, and she wants me to take care of her 2 kids so she can go to Disneyland with her boyfriend for 2 days.
What the actual F?
I know.
I don't even know where to start. She brought her kids along on a vacation with her boyfriend, and they're with you right now?
No, that's just the thing. After she texted me saying she dropped them off, I went to the front porch to check and they weren't there. I looked in the backyard and around the block too, just in case, but they were nowhere to be found.
Is she drunk, stupid, or evil?
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it were all 3. I mean, this is all because she wants to have private time with her boyfriend. I can't believe this.
So what's going on now? Did you tell her that her kids aren't there?
I tried to tell her a bunch of times, but she wouldn't believe me. Then she said she was turning off her phone and she hadn't read any of my texts ever since.
Oh, good God, that's nuts! You said this woman's kids went to the same daycare as ours? What was her name?
I didn't remember her at first, but her name was Kendra. Her son's name is Aiden, and I guess they also have a daughter named Allie.
Wait a second. Kendra, Aiden, and Allie. Why do I feel like I've heard those names before?
Does anything ring a bell?
Hold on. That's it! I remember now, the class reunion from last year.
What happened at the class reunion?
I'll tell you the details later. We got no time to waste. I think I know exactly who to call about this, so I'm going to give him a call right now.
You're right. These are little kids we're talking about, and we've got to move fast to make sure they're safe.
I'll message you later when I learn something.
Okay, I'll make a few calls around the neighborhood while I'm waiting for you. I'm back, Nancy! Oh my God, Disneyland was so much fun! Did you have a couple of fun days with my kids? They're absolute angels, aren't they? And as for me, in the meantime, I was more of a little devil with my boyfriend, if you know what I'm saying. I'll swing by your place in a little bit to pick up my kids. Good morning, Kendra. Thank you so much for taking in my kids, Nancy. I really appreciate it. As I told you 2 days ago, your kids were not on my front porch. So no, I didn't take them in. What? No way, don't tell me. Did you just leave them alone out there? You're a psychopath, Nancy. What if something happened to them out there? They could have been kidnapped. God knows they're probably starving right now. I'm telling you, Kendra, they were never here. And I'm telling you, yes, they were. I know for a fact that I left my kids at your house. Yeah, about that. When you say you were going to Disneyland, did you by any chance mean the Disneyland in Florida? Yeah, duh. What other Disneyland would I be talking about? There's more than one Disneyland, Kendra. There's one in Florida, yeah, but there's 4 others around the world. You asked me if we were living close to Disneyland, and we are. But not the one in Florida, the one in Tokyo. What? Tokyo? You mean in Japan? That's the one. My husband works for a Japanese company, and 3 years ago they transferred him to the main office in Tokyo. They said he'd be stationed there for at least 10 years, so our whole family moved there together. Wait a second. So, you mean to tell me that the house I left my kids at… Did you really think you could identify my house just by my car? That's a pretty popular car, Kendra. Millions of people have the same kind of car. But no, there's no way. It had to be your car. It had the same bumper sticker and everything. You were the only person at the daycare with a Miami Dolphins bumper sticker. Kendra, where are you right now? You know where I am. I'm in… Oh, maybe we were the only ones who liked that team at our daycare, but I think there are probably a few more fans of the Miami Dolphins in, Florida. Oh no. Get it now? All you did was find the nearest elementary school to Florida Disneyland, look for a house with a car with a Dolphins bumper sticker, and abandoned your kids there. Oh my God, this can't be happening. I've got to go find my kids. No, actually, you don't need to worry about them at all. How could I not be worried at a time like this? My kids are missing. No, they are all safe and sound in the custody of your husband. My husband? That's right. I only learned this the other day, but it turns out that my husband actually went to high school with your husband. They were? Oh, that's impossible. Their houses were right down the street from one another. My husband said he used to play with your husband after school from time to time. There was a class reunion for their high school class last year while my husband was back in the country on business. They ran into each other and talked about their families, their work, and all that sort of thing. When I told my husband you and your kids' names, he remembered talking to your husband and gave him a call. After that, your husband called the local police, who found your kids and looked after them until your husband came for them. But that means that my husband… That's right, he knows about your affair. It was kind of a necessary piece of the puzzle. How else were we supposed to explain what was going on to him? Well, you could have found some way to avoid telling him. This is so unfair. You of all people have no right to judge me for cheating on my husband. And what makes you say that? Well, you're just as guilty as I am. You cheated on your husband 3 years ago. What are you talking about? You can't fool me. I know what you did. I caught you in the act. You were having an affair with our kid's teacher, Sam. Sam? That's right. I know exactly what you did. I saw him going in and out of your house all the time while your husband wasn't around. He even lived with you for a few weeks. You get it now? If I'm going down, I'm taking you down with me. I'm going to tell your husband all about your affair. Kendra, it's too late to beg now, Nancy. Consider yourself divorced. Sam is my younger brother. You've got to be kidding me. He's your little brother. He had just graduated from college at the time, and he was living all by himself in the same area. So we invited him to come and live with us while he looked for an apartment. Then after he moved into his own place, we invited him to come have dinner with us from time to time. I can't believe this. I figured that I would be safe to leave the kids with you. I thought that since you were having an affair too, you wouldn't rat me out. I tried to tell you, Kendra. If you had insisted to me 2 days ago, you wouldn't be in this position right now. Wait, if my husband knows I'm cheating on him, I'm in a lot of trouble, aren't I? I actually have a message for you about that. Your husband texted mine to let us know that he picked up the kids, and he told us to give you a message for him. What did he say? We're through. I'm taking the kids. Never come to the house again. No way. Well, now that we've cleared up that I've never actually cheated on my husband, I don't think there's anything left for us to discuss. Oh, but Nancy! Yes, Kendra? What am I supposed to do now? I don't know. Figure something out yourself. But… Bye now. Kendra couldn't let go of her marriage and was sure there was some way she could get her husband to take her back, so she tried going back to her house. However, her key didn't work and her husband refused to open the door for her, so she was left with no choice but to walk away. It seems like this would be a given, but the judge didn't look fondly on her decision to leave her children at a stranger's house so she could cheat on her husband. So Kendra's husband was given sole custody of the children, and Kendra was left with nothing. Less than nothing, actually, because she was on the hook for paying child support to her husband. Their experience in Florida left her kids with a great deal of trauma, too, so they refused to even go to supervised visitations with her. Kendra's parents and family were disgusted at her behavior and flat out refused to give her a place to stay or any financial assistance. She's currently living in an old, rundown apartment all by herself, working multiple part-time jobs and barely making ends meet. As for me and my family, while it was a somewhat exciting couple of days, we weren't actually harmed all that much by Kendra's actions. So in the end, this just became one of those stories that you bring up and laugh about every once in a while. Martha, I just heard the big news from my brother. Congratulations on getting engaged. If it isn't Haley. I heard from my family that you and him have been together for about 3 months now, but thinking that you'd both already be thinking about marriage is pretty crazy to me. I hear that you both plan to have a wedding in another 2 months at the restaurant? Yeah. I almost feel as though he wants to get married to me so badly that he has no patience left in himself. Well, you are living pretty close to our family's house, and you have been for a long time now. And even though he's 10 years older than me and you guys have known each other for so long that it's almost as though you've been dating a lot longer than 3 months. So I don't find you guys getting married too strange. Just crazy is all. Would you shut up, please? Huh? Ugh, I've had enough of this. It's beginning to become a huge bother for me, so I think I'm going to call it quits. You and I are no longer friends. Martha, Listen, back in the day, you really were a good friend of mine and all, but ever since you had to start sitting in that wheelchair 2 years ago, it's been a pain in my butt being friends with you. Huh? For some reason, everyone seems to think it's okay to have me be the one to take care of you all the time, just because we were good friends and I live near you. And as for my parents, I have no idea why, but it seems like they feel some kind of obligation to have me help you around and such. So, whatever, I guess. The only reason I've been able to stick around and care for you this long is because I've been after that really top-notch man that you happen to be related to. Stick around? The only reason that I've been around helping you is so that I could get your brother to start taking an interest in me. He's known about me for a long time, but not enough to have any interest in me. But I felt that if I showed him that I'm a caring person by pushing you around and being a good friend of yours, he'd really start to take a liking to me. And guess what? He has taken a huge liking in me, and so I have no use for you anymore. What are you talking about? You were just using me so that you could get closer to my brother and get him to like you? That's what I'm saying. But listen here, don't you dare go telling him about that, or else I'll push you and that wheelchair down a flight of stairs. Because if he learns that I've only been caring for you to get to him, he might not love me anymore. The only reason he wants to marry me is because he thinks I'm selfless and caring towards people like you. And to be honest, even if you did start to talk to him about what I've said, I doubt he'll believe you. He'll probably just turn around and tell you to stop talking badly about the woman he loves. So this is the way you've thought of me all along? How else did you want me to think of you? Do you really think I'm the kind of person that's happy with sacrificing their time just to help a cripple with no reward in sight? I was only using you like a tool so that I could get your brother to fall for me like he has and then proceed to marry him. And would you look at that? It worked. I've heard enough from you. I understand what I mean to you now, so I've had enough. Even if you're being true about how you feel to me, it's not going to matter. I know that I can live perfectly fine on my own without your help, and I'm going to start that life right now. Huh? I am thankful that you helped me find a job after I ended up in this wheelchair, and because of that, I'm able to make some decent money. I'll have to start thinking about what I'm going to do when I go out and plan it all out well, but I'm so used to that now that I don't need you there to help me. And honestly, there are other people besides you that can help me if I need it. So you are no longer needed by me, Martha. Thank you for everything up until now. Haley? Do you have some time? I know that you're already aware that tomorrow's wedding is going to be held at a restaurant, but I have to ask, are you all right with not showing up for it? I'm sure you are, right? Huh? It's been a little while since we last talked, and this is what you want to talk about? You're asking me to stay away on the day of my brother's wedding? I'm sorry, but that's a little strange of you to be asking this of his own little sister. All I'm asking is that you tell everyone that you're not feeling too well and that that's the reason for you not making it to the wedding tomorrow. However, if you really want to come tomorrow, then you'd better be walking into the wedding. Because you coming in that wheelchair of yours will embarrass me in front of my family. From what I've read, the restaurant is fully accessible to those in wheelchairs, so... But what I'm saying is that wheelchairs are not allowed in my wedding. I don't want my family and friends knowing that within the family I'm marrying into, there's a cripple in a wheelchair. You do realize that both you and I share a lot of friends, so why is it a huge problem now if they know? I don't care about that. I'm talking about what'll happen tomorrow. There are going to be people coming tomorrow that don't know about you or your wheelchair, and I want it to stay that way. Are you going to understand what I'm asking you right now? I am marrying your brother because I think he is the perfect man. But when it comes to his little sister, I only see you as being a stain on his reputation that I don't want people looking at. All right, fine. I'll stay here at home tomorrow while you all enjoy the wedding. Go ahead and remove my name from the guest list. Ah, and there's one other thing. I'd like for you to leave your parents' house for good as well. Why should I do that? I'm sure you're well aware that after I marry your brother, I'm going to be moving into your parents' house with him and your parents. But you are in the way of that. If I have to move into that house with you still living there, then things are going to stay the same as they've been for the past 2 years, and I'm going to have to care for your needs. So before the wedding finishes tomorrow, I want you out of that house.
Haley!
Huh? Trace? You're at home right now with me, so why are you choosing to text me instead of coming over to my room?
Well, right now, Mom and Dad are in the living room, and I don't want them to hear what I want to say to you. For right now, at least. Okay? Just a second ago, I saw that you were texting someone on your phone, and you had a pretty miserable-looking face.
Well, yeah?
I'm sorry, but when I saw you looking that way, I walked by and took a quick look at your phone screen. Were you talking with Martha? I saw that she told you that tomorrow's wedding wouldn't allow wheelchairs, and that she asked you to not show up to the wedding tomorrow, right? What the hell is up with all that?
You saw all of that from her then?
I really want you to tell me everything about what's going on between you two.
Haley, hey, what the hell is going on over here? What are you talking about? I just showed up to the restaurant in my wedding dress, but there isn't a single soul here. I am the bride after all, and so I had to go and get my dress on and do my makeup and hair and everything, so I was expecting to get here when everyone else had already showed up. But my mom and my dad, my aunts and uncles, even my cousins, and not just all of my family, but Trace's family as well, and even our friends. Not a single one of them is here right now to celebrate my wedding. And not just all of them, but even Trace is not here right now to see me. The restaurant isn't even open right now either. How the hell am I going to get in there? Tell me what the actual hell is going on right now. Martha, what are you even going on about right now? I thought the wedding had been canceled and that everyone had already been informed, including you. Huh? Yesterday evening, my brother went over to your place, and there he talked with your parents about everything and about how the wedding would be canceled and that he'd no longer be engaged to you. And to make sure that the reservation and all the food that's already been prepared doesn't go to waste, Trace is having his boss and the rest of the company come there and throw a small party while enjoying all that food. Huh? What the frick are you talking about, Haley? Yesterday night, Trace did end up coming over to my place for a bit, but he was here to talk to my parents about the wedding day and to tell them that wheelchairs would not be allowed at the wedding. And he told them that that meant that you wouldn't be able to come. And before he left, he told them that what all that meant was exactly how it sounded while he had a very serious look on his face. Martha, are you going to be okay? What are you talking about? Why are you asking me that? Are you sure you listened in on everything that my brother said to your parents last night? I did. That's just what I told you. And from what I heard, Trace agreed with what I said about you and what I was asking for. And so he was able to let my parents know that you wouldn't be showing up at the wedding. Well, you're right to think that the conversation they had was about me not being able to come to the wedding and that I'd ultimately be taken off the guest list. But my brother was actually protesting to your parents about how you'd used me to get closer to him and that he knew you didn't actually care about me whatsoever, and that was all due to me being in this wheelchair. Huh? He protested? Trace is telling me that he's going to talk with you now, so you go ahead and talk with him about this.
Martha?
Trace? Is that you?
What exactly did you think that conversation with your parents yesterday meant?
What did I think it meant? I thought you were talking with my parents about how your sister and her wheelchair are in our way, and that for the sake of our happy future, you would not be allowing her to come to our wedding.
That's only what you want to think. The reason I was there last night is because the way you talked about my sister is not acceptable, and I had to complain to your parents about that.
Huh?
And just a quick side note, you didn't listen to a single thing yesterday during my conversation with them, because all you did was sit on the couch in the other room looking at your phone the whole time.
I just assumed that you guys were done talking about the important stuff.
Well, unfortunately, we were only getting started with the important stuff. Stuff like how I'm no longer going to be marrying you.
You're joking, right?
Hey, Martha, I know you're aware that Haley is the person that saved your life, but for you to talk to her like she means nothing to you after what she did is just terrible, and it shocked me to the core.
Huh? She saved my life? What are you talking about now?
Huh? Wait a sec, are you kidding me? You never even realized something like that either this whole time?
Huh? What?
This is just...
Trace, what the hell are you talking about?
How about you just get your butt back to my place and then we can talk about all of this face to face? I'm sorry, but this isn't something that I can talk about through text.
This is all just a joke, right? When I was about to fall down those stairs, you stepped in to save me? Martha, back then you were talking a whole lot with someone else while walking, and you never noticed the flight of stairs ahead of yourself. I tried to yell at you to look out for the stairs as you continued to chat with your friend, but you didn't seem to listen to a word I was saying. So when you were about to lose your footing and fall all the way down those stairs, I reached in to help you fall back towards the hallway, which then led to me falling all the way down that flight of stairs instead. Back then, I had just assumed you were trying to be a little jerk by hitting me in the chest with your arm, and that you got what you deserved by falling down those stairs right after. So that's why after you ended up in a wheelchair, my parents made me take care of you for the next 2 years, as though we were obligated to do so for you? For the longest time, I didn't want you to feel responsible for me ending up like this, so I never talked to you about what happened that day. But to actually think that by not talking to you about what happened, you just assumed I was trying to mess with you and that I was the one that fell down those stairs for it? But I just didn't... I'm going to be very honest with you about this now, since things have changed so much between us. Martha, you never seem to care about what other people are saying to you, do you? You always like to make everything seem as though it's about you, and then anything that doesn't have anything to do with you directly, you just forget about that or change. Huh? You think that that's... When my brother was talking about how he wasn't going to marry you anymore, you did the same thing. When he was at your house talking to you and your parents, he was very upset with you. But you changed what was going on in your mind so it looked as though he was just there to agree with you on not wanting me to come to the wedding because of my wheelchair. Is that right? I see. You're probably not going to be able to understand all of this right away. Well, I'm sorry, but with the way you've become, I no longer want to have anything to do with you. Huh? I'm not sure if after all of this is over, you'll be able to think hard about what you've done and change your ways due to all of it. But as of right now, I'm having a really hard time believing that you've said so many terrible things to me, yet have not said one apology to me for it. Well, then what the hell should I do? Right now, it seems like nobody is going to be on my side after what you've all done. And you should take the time to think about why that is, although at this point, you're probably not even listening to the advice I'm giving. Anyway, I know I'm the kind of person that's able to put up with a lot of crap, but this has gone all too far. I want you to stay away from me forever now. Haley! A few days after everything happened, Martha's parents reached out to Trace and offered him a large sum of money. It was their way of acknowledging the time, energy, and emotional toll Martha had put him through. They were deeply ashamed of their daughter's actions and wanted to make things right in any way they could. Shortly after that, they quietly moved away from the neighborhood. It seemed like they no longer wanted to be reminded of the situation or associated with the damage Martha had caused. As for Martha, she's no longer living with her parents. They refused to take her back in after the fallout, saying they couldn't continue supporting someone who had brought such embarrassment and pain into their lives. Instead, she's now staying with her godmother somewhere far out of town. Her godmother has taken over the responsibility for her and has started getting her into therapy. Apparently, Martha's behavior and the things she said to me, especially her lack of memory about everything I did to save her life, raised enough concern to warrant professional help. There's hope that the therapy will lead her towards some kind of clarity. Maybe one day she'll understand why she acted the way she did and what made her so selfish and unaware of the damage she caused. More importantly, she'll hopefully learn how to take accountability for her mistakes and make an effort to repair what's broken. What she did left a deep impact on both Trace and me. Emotionally, it shook us in ways we hadn't expected. The betrayal, the manipulation, the complete disregard for what we gave up for her. It's not something either of us can forget easily, but we've made a commitment to help each other through it, and little by little, we're doing the work to move forward. It's hard, but we're not giving up. On a more personal note, I recently got some unexpected but hopeful news. I've been told that if I stick with my rehabilitation program, there's actually a chance that I might walk again. That hope has given me something to work toward, and now I'm putting all my focus into recovery. This time, it's about me, my future, my healing, and letting go of everything I lost trying to save someone who couldn't even remember it.
Sonny, can I talk to you for a moment? There's something important I need to say.
Huh? Philip, aren't you supposed to be at work right now?
I left early.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm having lunch with a friend right now. Can we talk later?
That friend of yours is a man, isn't it?
Huh?
Don't try to hide it. The guy's a young host, right? You're probably enjoying yourself with him at a hotel before heading to the club, right? A man 20 years younger than you, someone almost the same age as your son? The world's really gone downhill.
Oh, so you figured it out. Well, in that case, it's actually perfect timing.
Perfect timing?
You see, I've decided I'm going to marry him.
What?
He was so thrilled when I told him I'd buy him a mansion. He eagerly accepted my proposal.
A mansion? Where on earth are you getting that kind of money?
Oh my. My father, who holds a board position at a company, can easily make it happen, even for another woman. It's no problem for him.
Again with your father.
When you're a woman as glamorous as we, age doesn't matter anymore.
That's not your money, though.
My father's money will become mine since I'm his only daughter. So it's basically the same thing. Which means I don't need you anymore, some ordinary, underpaid office worker. I'll divorce you.
Is that so? Then come back home for a discussion about the divorce.
No way. From today, I'm going to live with him.
Hey, wait a minute.
I'll send the divorce papers later. Just sign them however you want.
You know it's not that simple, right?
If it's about the alimony and child support, don't worry. I'll have my father talk to you and take care of it. Once you figure out the amount you want, just let me know. Goodbye for now. Hey, haven't you submitted the divorce papers yet? I hope there hasn't been a postal accident or something that's preventing them from reaching you.
They've been delivered.
Then hurry up and submit them to the city office. I want to marry Renji as soon as possible.
Renji, your affair partner, the host, right?
Could you stop calling him my affair partner? In my mind, Renji is the one. You've essentially become the affair partner now. Oh wait, no, you didn't even make it that far. You're just a poor, middle-aged man who couldn't even be a proper affair partner.
I don't understand how you can say such things to someone you've been with for 20 years!
It doesn't matter if you understand or not. The truth is, I always wanted to marry someone as rich as my father, or even wealthier. But for some reason, I ended up being forced into an arranged marriage with an ordinary office worker like you. Sure, you were good-looking, so I compromised and married you. That was my mistake. I'm done living according to your salary and lifestyle. Plus, starting next month, I'm going to live with Renji in the mansion my father bought for us.
Wait, you've already bought a house?
Yes, I have. When I told my father, he gave me $500,000 and bought a mansion for us, paying in full all at once. So please hurry up and submit those divorce papers. I'm in a rush, all right?
Hey, Dad! Sorry to interrupt you while you're working on the weekend, but can I talk to you for a minute? What is it? I got a call from Grandpa and he left a message for you. Which Grandpa? Mom's side. What did he say? Well, he mentioned something about the house's ownership and seismic reinforcement and... Ownership and seismic reinforcement? Yeah, and he also talked about complaints to the home builder and possibly even a lawsuit. I have no idea what he's talking about. That doesn't ring a bell, but it definitely sounds serious. Right? So when I told him I didn't understand any of that, he said to have you contact him. So could you call him back when you have a chance? All right, I'll get in touch with him after work. Thanks. Oh, Dad? What is it? About Mom. Ah, I see. She's seeing someone, isn't she? Yeah, I kind of figured you'd notice. Well, yeah. By the time you're 18, you're not an idiot. I've noticed you've been spending more time lost in thought lately, and Mom hasn't been coming home for a while. If she's not just visiting her parents, then it's pretty clear, right? Yeah, you're right. I've been meaning to bring it up, but I couldn't find the right moment. It's fine. Are you getting a divorce? Yeah. Actually, I already have the divorce papers from Mom. I see. Well, I'll say this now. I'm gonna stay with you, Dad. Wait, are you sure? Of course! I don't want to live with a mother who's cheating on you. It's disgusting! Is that okay with you? Of course it is. Actually, that's been my biggest worry, to be honest. I'm always gonna side with you, Dad. Thanks, Davis.
Hey, Philip. Did you submit the divorce papers yet? I want to get married to Renji as soon as possible. When we move into that mansion my father bought for us, Renji's going to carry me over the threshold. I've dreamed of that moment for so long, and I want to make it happen as a newlywed couple after we've officially registered our marriage.
What on earth are you talking about? You're an adult. Stop acting like a teenager in some fairy tale.
It's not like I'm asking for something unreasonable. It's the first step of our new life together, a special moment, and I want it to be just right, with us moving in as a married couple, starting this new chapter as husband and wife.
You're acting like a child. The mansion is supposed to be ready next month, right?
Yes, that's right. So please, can you hurry up and submit the papers?
Do you not know that after a divorce, women can't remarry for 100 days?
Wait, what?
Yes, there's a rule for that. Strictly speaking, it doesn't apply to all cases, but based on what I know, you're likely in a situation where it will. I'm just saying you should probably look it up. I'm planning to submit the divorce papers next week.
Are you serious? Well, I guess if that means I'll officially be free again, fine, I'll accept it. But listen, you need to hurry. I have my plans, and I'm not waiting around forever. Oh, and by the way, the house you've been living in, consider it yours. But remember, it's actually under your father's name, right? Now that we're divorcing, you're going to have to change the title. Good luck paying off that $100,000 mortgage, though. It's on you now. You'll figure it out, I'm sure.
Huh? The house has always been under my name.
What?
Your father helped out with some of the down payment, but he didn't have ownership of the house. It's been mine all along.
Wait, seriously?
And as for the mortgage, don't worry about it. I paid off the remaining balance in full already. Thanks for the help, though.
What? You paid it off in full? But how could you afford that? Your annual income is just $70,000. Where did you get $100,000 from?
Your father helped me out with that.
Wait, what? My father?
Yes, he gave me the money as part of the alimony.
Alimony? Wait, what do you mean alimony? I didn't know anything about that. So that's why you paid it all off in full?
Yes, and actually I'm going to be receiving money from him for the alimony itself, too.
But wait, why is my father's name coming up all of a sudden? Why does he have anything to do with this?
I guess you didn't know about this yet. Here's the thing. About that mansion you were so excited to move into with your beloved Renji, you might want to rethink that. Your father actually made it clear to me that you're not allowed to live there.
No way! You told me that I could move in there. Why am I being told this now?
Well, let's put it this way. You've deceived your father into giving you $500,000 for that mansion. And once the truth came out, it was inevitable that things would turn out this way.
Deceive him? That's not what happened. You're twisting the story.
Well, didn't you tell him that the house you are living in now was defective? And that you were too scared to stay in it, so you needed a new one? Didn't you say that?
Wait, how do you know that? That's not something I told anyone.
Your father called me the other day.
How could you even know what was said?
Apparently, when he purchased the mansion, he did it under his name, but now with all of this chaos, he wants to know if it should be transferred into my name. He wants to make sure everything is taken care of properly now that you've been caught in this lie.
What?
And if the house you were living in was really defective, that could lead to a legal case against the builder. Your father also wants to prepare for a lawsuit to ensure he's protected.
Wait, a lawsuit? You're talking about suing someone? But that's not true, right?
Well, it's not true, but I had to explain everything to your father, including your affair. Naturally, he's furious right now.
No. So what about the alimony and the child support?
He told me you'll be paying those out of your own pocket.
Wait, what? I'm supposed to pay that?
And about the remaining $100,000 on the house, your father covered it, but now he's making it clear you'll have to pay him back. Good luck with that.
Wait, are you telling me I have to start working now?
I didn't hear anything specific about that, but it sounds like that's what's gonna happen.
Hold on a second. I am the daughter of a wealthy family, you know. I've never had to work a day in my life. And now you're saying I have to get a job? But what kind of nonsense is this?
What are you complaining about? You're not even 40 yet. People your age are still working hard, both men and women. This isn't some retirement age situation. You should be able to manage.
I don't know anything about that.
Well, you'll have to figure it out. It's not up to me.
Wait, what do you mean?
Your father said, from now on, Sonny's future will be entirely managed by me. It's no longer something I have any control over. He also mentioned that you'll be excluded from his inheritance.
No. You're lying, right? This can't be happening.
I'm just telling you what he said. I'm out of the picture now. But you'll have to handle the alimony and the child support. Good luck with all of that. My ex-father-in-law, who was always incredibly lenient with his only daughter, Sunny, finally reached his breaking point when it came to her latest actions. Up until this point, he had indulged her every whim, even when she showed signs of being spoiled and reckless. But this time, her affair with the host had gone too far. It wasn't just a matter of personal betrayal anymore, it directly threatened the credibility of his company. The news about her affair had the potential to destroy the reputation he had worked so hard to build, and that was something he simply couldn't allow. He couldn't turn a blind eye to this situation. The consequences of her actions weren't just emotional, they were financial and professional. His anger was something I had never seen before. He wasn't just upset with Sunny for her betrayal, but also with himself. He realized that by enabling her behavior for so long, he had contributed to this mess. He had allowed her to believe that she could get away with anything simply because she was his daughter. But now, faced with the reality of the situation, he understood that his previous leniency had been a mistake, and he vowed not to make the same error again. In an attempt to teach Sunny a lesson, he decided to take drastic measures. He took her out of the comfortable environment she had grown accustomed to, an environment where her beauty and charm had allowed her to manipulate people into giving her what she wanted, and placed her into a completely foreign and challenging situation. According to what I've heard, he put her into a job where she was surrounded by women and forced to navigate an unfamiliar workplace where she couldn't rely on her usual tricks to get by. It wasn't an ideal situation for someone like her who had always been used to getting her way by playing the part of the innocent and alluring woman. But this time, that tactic wouldn't work. She would have to face reality and learn to fend for herself. Unfortunately, the host she had been seeing didn't stick around to face the consequences of his actions. As soon as the alimony payments were made, he quit his job at the club and disappeared, heading back to his rural hometown. It seemed like he had no intention of sticking around to deal with the fallout of his involvement with Sunny. He wasn't interested in taking responsibility for his part in the mess that had been created. He was gone as quickly as he had appeared in her life. For Sunny, this meant that her financial and emotional support system crumbled almost overnight. With the host gone and no one left to rely on, Sunny found herself in a much more precarious situation. She didn't have the luxury of depending on her father's wealth or support anymore. She had to figure out how to support herself, something she had never really had to do before. For someone who had always been used to living off the kindness of others, or in this case, the generosity of men, the sudden reality check was a difficult one to process. She had no choice but to go out and find work, even if it meant taking a job that was beneath her usual standards. The job she ended up with wasn't glamorous. In fact, it was far from it. But it was a job, and she had no choice but to take it. As she tried to adapt to her new reality, Sunny began to struggle. The working conditions weren't ideal, and the relationships with her colleagues were strained. From what I understand, she was constantly at odds with the other women in her workplace. It seems that Sunny had a way of rubbing people the wrong way, particularly when she was unable to rely on her usual charm or manipulation tactics. Without the ability to use her beauty and allure to control the situation, she quickly became isolated. She was now forced to interact with people who weren't interested in catering to her every whim, and she didn't know how to handle it. For the first time in her life, she had to deal with the consequences of her actions, and it wasn't going well. Each day seemed to bring more stress, more tension, and more frustration. She wasn't used to being in this position, and it showed. Her new coworkers weren't sympathetic to her plight. They didn't care about her past or the way she had lived her life up until that point. They only cared about the job at hand. And for someone who had always been the center of attention, it was a hard pill to swallow. She wasn't used to being just another person in the crowd. She wasn't used to being looked down upon, especially by women. Over time, she began to grow more and more bitter. Her once beautiful face, which had been a source of pride, now looked worn and tired from the constant stress and emotional turmoil. She became consumed by her frustrations, and it wasn't long before her coworkers started to distance themselves from her. The isolation that had already started to take hold deepened, and she was left alone with her thoughts. She tried to put on a brave face, but it was clear to everyone that she was struggling. During this period, I received several phone calls from her, although I never answered them. She called the house phone a few times, probably hoping for some sort of emotional support or understanding. But by this point, I had made up my mind. I wasn't interested in offering her any help, not after everything that had happened. I had been patient with her for far too long, and I had allowed her to manipulate me in the past. But not anymore. I wasn't gonna be her safety net anymore. I wasn't gonna bail her out of the mess she had created for herself. One day, when I happened to be at the house, I overheard my son answering the phone. I wasn't sure who it was at first, but I soon realized that it was Sonny. I heard him shout into the receiver, "Shut up, you're so shameless," before he slammed the phone down and hung up on her. The call seemed to have been one too many, and it was clear that my son had reached his limit as well. He had been just as hurt by her actions as I had, and now he had no patience for her. After that call, the phone never rang again. It seemed that Sonny had finally understood that no one was willing to help her anymore. She was on her own. Now, from what I've heard, Sonny is living a much harder life than she ever imagined. The comfort and luxury she had once taken for granted are long gone. The money and the men who had once been at her disposal are nowhere to be found. She's struggling, trying to make ends meet, working tirelessly at a job she never thought she'd have to take, and trying to rebuild her life in the aftermath of her reckless decisions. I don't know if she regrets her choices. Perhaps she does, or perhaps she's too proud to admit it. But one thing is clear, her life has changed in ways she never anticipated. The consequences of her actions are more far-reaching than she ever realized, and now she has to face them alone. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Hey, Kelsey. It's been forever since we've talked. How are you? Oh, wow, Haley? It has been forever, huh? I'm doing all right. How about you? Great, thanks. Say, do you have a minute? Sure, I can talk. What's up? So, I hear your wedding is happening on the 1st of next month. Is that right? Is everything still going according to schedule? No change of plans? Oh, well, yeah, everything is still on schedule. We're even getting everything we wanted to get done on time. We already took care of the florist, the caterer, all of that stuff. Uh-huh, I see. So there haven't been any major problems or anything? No, not really. Not anything that I can think of, anyway. Okay, well, I'm glad to hear that. Oh, and by the way, I'm sorry that we couldn't invite you to the wedding, but I hope you don't feel too bad about it. We wanted to have a small wedding for just our family, so neither of us are inviting any of our friends. You don't need to worry about that. I don't feel bad at all. Even if you had invited me, I wouldn't have been able to go. I've got something going on that day that I absolutely can't miss. Oh, is that right? So you're sure there hasn't been any kind of issues with your wedding? None at all? I mean, was there something you had in mind? It's almost like you want me to be having problems. Oh, is that how I came off? Oh, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to be that way at all. It's just, well, I've been hearing some rumors lately. Is that so? What rumors? Word on the street is that there's a girl in town who's currently hard at work getting ready for her wedding. So hard, in fact, that she doesn't even realize that her precious fiancé is leaving her for another girl. What? So yeah, that's why I got kind of concerned about you. Wow. Well, whoever that poor girl is, I feel really, really bad for her. But fortunately, she's not me. I know my fiancé, and I trust him completely. He would never do a dirty thing like that to me. Okay, well, if you say so. I'm gonna go to bed now. Talk to you later, Kelsey. Good night, Haley. Thanks for your concern.
Hey, how's my baby girl doing on this fine day? I can't believe it's been 3 years since we last talked. It's me, Alex.
Huh? Alex? Oh no, I thought for sure I had blocked your number. I must have forgotten.
That's so like you. You were always so forgetful about the little things. That forgetful side of you is so cute.
Alex, what do you want? We broke up 3 years ago. I really would prefer if you didn't try and contact me, so could you not?
Oh, come on, don't be that way. I heard that you're getting married.
I don't know how you managed to find out about that, but it really doesn't matter. It's none of your business.
I'm just here to give you some friendly advice. A marriage that isn't based on true love will never last. You're only gonna end up miserable.
Excuse me?
Seriously, Kelsey, drop the pretense. I know that you and that fiancé of yours are only going out because your parents set you up with each other. That's not love, that's fake. It's just a pack of lies. You're only doing it to please your parents.
You have no idea what you're talking about, Alex. Yes, our parents did set us up on our first date, but it's not like we had never met each other before that. And we were dating for 2 whole years by the time we decided to get married. Not to mention, we're already living together, so our relationship is most assuredly not just a pack of lies.
Kelsey, if you're not going to be honest with yourself, you're never going to be happy. You know that you still have feelings for me.
You have got to be kidding me.
I know what happened. You were so shocked when I left you for someone else that you thought you'd never be able to love anyone again. So, once your parents set you up with that guy, you thought that this was the only chance you'd have at getting married. But it's all right, Kelsey. Everything's gonna be all right. I'll never do anything to hurt you again. I'm gonna make you the happiest woman in the world.
Alex, listen to me and listen well. I do not have any feelings for you anymore. I do not want to be with you. I'm getting married to my fiancé next month, the end. Goodbye.
Wait, one more thing. Actually, I have a wedding scheduled on the same day as you.
Oh, is that so? Well, I'm very happy for you. Congratulations. Goodbye.
Aren't you interested in who the bride's gonna be?
No, goodbye.
It's you!
What?
But unless you act fast, I'm gonna end up getting married to someone else.
That didn't clear anything up at all. What are you talking about?
Look, I sent you a letter in the mail with a wedding invitation and a bus ticket. I'll be waiting for you at the altar at the time and date written on that invitation. Don't disappoint me.
So, you want this to be some kind of made-for-TV movie thing where I walk through the door and then you turn around and say, "I knew you'd come"? Or some cheesy line like that?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going for.
If you want a cheesy, dramatic moment, then watch a cheesy, dramatic movie. Me out of your stupid fantasies.
Play hard to get all you want. I know you'll come for me.
For the last time, goodbye. Good morning, Kelsey. So today's the big day, huh? How are things over there at your wedding? Oh, good morning, Haley. I guess you might say there's been a bit of a problem. Uh-oh! Don't tell me. The groom's not there yet, is he? And why would you know about that? Oh, there's a very good reason. It's because your fiancé is here with me. What? That's right. We're waiting for our wedding to start in a beautiful chapel in the woods beside a lake. In the woods? Hold on. You still don't get it? Then let me explain it for you. You are not getting married today, Kelsey. Your fiancé is leaving you and marrying me instead. Do you get it now? Well, I get part of it. Like, I guess you're having a fancy wedding in a lakeside chapel? That's right. It's only the single most romantic thing ever. Yeah, but then there's the thing that I don't get. The reason that my fiancé is late is because he had to take a phone call for work this morning. I don't know what it was about. He said his boss needed him for something. Wow, is that really the best excuse he could come up with? A phone call? He just texted me a few minutes ago saying he would be at the chapel in about 10 minutes or so. Oh, I get it. He sure is a smart guy. He set things up perfectly so that you'd have no idea what was going on until the very last second. But guess what, Kelsey? What is it, Haley? The truth is, we're already married. We've already gotten legally married. We're just having the ceremony today. How's it feel, Kelsey? Haley, why are you doing this? We used to be really good friends back in the day. After we graduated college, I moved out of town for a job, and after that, we've kind of grown apart, but still, I have no idea why you'd be going out of your way to be so bizarrely mean to me. You want to know why I'm doing this? You really want to know why? Yeah, actually, I'm really confused. You remember Alex, the guy you were dating a few years ago? He was my first crush. What? He was? But when I finally worked up the courage to tell him that I liked him, you know what he told me? He said that he couldn't go out with me because he had a crush on you. If it weren't for you, we could have lived happily ever after. Is that really why you stole my fiancé from me? I'm sorry, do I need a better reason? Not in my book. You deserve this and more. But I don't need to justify myself to you anyway. I won. I stole him back from you before your wedding. Wait a second. Stole him back? That's all there is to it. So I'm really sorry, but you're gonna have a lonely wedding today. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a fairy tale wedding to get back to. Hey, Haley, can I ask you something? No, you can't. I'm about to declare my never-ending love to my husband, and I won't let you get in the way of our love anymore.
Kelsey! Why didn't you come for me? I kept waiting and waiting for you to burst through the chapel doors, but you never came. I thought our love meant more to you than this.
Alex, you again?
Why couldn't you just be honest with yourself? Honest with your heart? I held out hope until the very last minute. I thought that just as I was going to say I do, that you'd come in and rescue me. But I said it. I said I do. I swore before God to love another woman forever.
Oh, no.
Oh, no is right, but don't worry. There's still one more chance. And this is the final chance, Kelsey. I'm gonna be back in town tomorrow. I'll set up an appointment with the courthouse to have a judge preside over our marriage. You can wait for me at the bus station downtown. I'll be there before noon. This is it, Kelsey. It's now or never.
Hey, Alex, forgive me if I'm wrong, but the woman you married today was Haley, right?
Huh?
She's been texting me today too, and judging from the content of your texts, it seems to me like you two just got married to each other.
Oh, really? Well, yeah, you're right. Around the time that you put out on social media that you were getting married, Haley texted me saying she wanted to talk. Then she told me she liked me for the second time since we were in school. And I figured that since the two of you were friends and all, if she and I started dating, you'd find out about it for sure. And when that happened, your bottled up feelings for me would come bursting to the surface like an active volcano. I guess you could say that I kind of used Haley to get to you. But I had no other choice. This was the only way that I could make sure that the two of us would be together forever.
Right, about that though. From what Haley told me, the two of you are already married.
What?
Yeah, she told me that you were already legally married and that you were just having the ceremony today.
What?
I don't really know about how all of that panned out, but yeah, that's what she told me.
Wait a second. Oh no. I remember one night I got pretty drunk and blacked out, but when I woke up I was wearing a tuxedo for some reason.
I'll leave you to figure that out. My wedding is gonna start soon.
No! Kelsey, wait!
You know what? There's actually something I need to say to you first. I would never marry a smug, stuck-up, pompous, narcissistic moron like you. Not even if you were the last man on Earth.
Kelsey, no!
Do you hear me? I would rather the human race go extinct and human civilization be reduced to dust than be your wife.
Please, Kelsey! Please!
Goodbye, and I really mean it this time. Hey there, Kelsey. You want to know what I'm doing with Alex right now? I'll give you a hint. It involves a bed, some sheets, and very little clothing. Oh, but your wedding got canceled, didn't it? You poor little thing. Sorry about that. Nah, you've got nothing to be sorry for. My wedding went off without a hitch. It did? Yep, my husband managed to finish his work call on time and got to the chapel exactly when he said he would. Wow, that's quite the imagination you've got there. I hate to break it to you, but Alex isn't with you. He's right here next to me, and on top of me, and sometimes behind me. Yeah, I know. My husband, however, is here at the wedding with me in Hawaii. What? You're in Hawaii? That's right. We've been over here for 2 days now. Wait a minute. That can't be. You were engaged to Alex, weren't you? No, Alex and I broke up over 3 years ago. You broke up? Yeah, it was a big mess. Found out that he had been cheating on me and hiding the fact that he had a bunch of debt. Oh no, he was cheating and in debt? That's right, he was messing around with a married woman. A married woman? It gets worse. He got her pregnant. Oh my God! If you think you're shocked, imagine how shocked I was back then. His mistress's husband divorced her, so he got socked with paying her a bunch of child support that he couldn't afford. He had to take out a loan to pay it all off. And the moment I found all this out, I broke up with him immediately. So, you're telling me that Alex has a kid out there somewhere? No, not a kid, 3 kids. His mistress had triplets, so he had to pay her 3 kids worth of child support. I think I'm gonna pass out. Are you having that much fun? Oh, good for you, girl. Anyway, I'll let you get back to, whatever it is you're doing with him. I am exhausted from my wedding, and I'd like to spend some private time with my husband. Kelsey, wait! I am not waiting 1 second longer. Goodbye. Sadly, the bliss of Haley and Alex's wedding night didn't last much longer after that. Once she found out what kind of person Alex really was, she immediately got out of bed and told him she wanted a divorce. Alex, however, was obstinate and refusing to consent to the divorce. It seems that Alex blames her for not being able to get married to me for some reason. So, as a punishment for that supposed crime, he sentenced her to a lifetime of helping him pay off the 6-figure debt he incurred to pay his child support. Now, in most situations, what would happen next is that the unhappy couple enters divorce mediation, but this was not like most situations. Haley took his refusal to divorce her not as a punishment, but as his declaration of his intent to be with her forever. So she was actually happy about the whole thing in the end. She's currently blissfully working multiple part-time jobs during the daytime in order to help Alex very slowly pay off his debt. I'm kind of unsure how to feel about the situation. But I guess if Alex is happy that she's helping him financially and she's just as happy that he's with her, I don't know, maybe this is their version of happily ever after? All that matters to me is that I don't have to deal with either of them anymore.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.